Good morning, and welcome to a bright and sunny Winnipeg. Yeah, it's beautiful out there right now. 15.9 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's warming up fast. Going to be a lovely day out there. It's a shame that I'm sitting inside here. Yeah, I should get myself that e-bike and just get out there. Actually, I was Skyping with my brother this morning. We've been doing that. We do that sometimes on Sundays, or pizza day. And we were talking about e-bikes. He had an e-bike, and he very tactfully said, "I wouldn't recommend it for an older person." Well, I know he wasn't talking about me, so I'm not worried. Anyway, yeah, but this is the kind of weather I should be getting out more, and it's really easy not to do it. And then comes winter time, and you're longing for the springtime so that you can get out. Kind of strange. Anyway, what am I going to do here? Okay. I came to the model table originally about 2 hours ago. And I didn't do anything, but I looked at it, and I looked at this little piece, and I thought, we were so close, and it is so close. And it's kind of like I'm giving up, but I keep trying at it, and there's something about it that it's the angles or what, I just can't seem to get it. Now, when it comes to the rest of the little parts, like the ladders that are over there on that pallet thing, well, yeah, I know I can paint them the darker gray, and I know that I can stick them onto the side of the funnel here where they're supposed to go using flat clear. I know that will work for me, but this is not working. And please don't comment saying things like, "Yeah, you can do it, Ron, you can do it." Yeah, maybe I can, maybe I can't, but what I don't need is the frustration. And I said this before, and don't comment. It's about fun for me. If it's not fun anymore, why bother? So I'm going to just do what I can do. I think what I can do is I'm going to drag my spray booth over here, and we'll paint this the 19. Maybe I'll do a color change, and we'll paint the small stuff, maybe the 77, so it'll contrast, I guess. Remember when we did the ladders using the brass black or black brass or whatever it was called? Where is that stuff? Anyway, yeah, it almost looked black, and when they were attached to the side of the superstructure using the flat clear, they looked pretty good. So I think we're just going to sort of recompose here and get ourselves going. Yeah. Let's not try and have another day like I had yesterday. I'm going to hang on to this. It could be that somehow I'll be able to use it in the other part. The other part looks a lot like this, except it's bigger. We'll get to it eventually, I hope. Anyway, let's get going here and try and be positive. And about comments, I disabled comments in the last video because I just didn't want to hear things like "you can do it, Ron," or at least you tried. And I'm starting to ramble, aren't I? Let's get on with things here. And hey, it's pizza day. Yeah, that's a bonus. Okay, I think we are about ready to boogie here. As near as I can tell, we're ready to go. Hopefully I'm not going to need my toothbrush, but I'm ready in case. And what I've done here is I drilled a little hole in the bottom of this where nobody's going to see it. I can put a screw in, and I can, at first I was thinking maybe I could stick my finger up the hole there, but that was just, I did sort of a dry run with it, and that was kind of uncomfortable. So, yeah. I know it felt kind of funny drilling a hole in the bottom of this little part, but no one, like I say, nobody's going to see it anyway. I think there's less of a chance of me accidentally breaking the ladder off. we got our little red marker here. As long as I can keep it underneath that when I zoom in, we should be able to see what I'm doing, all being well, unless I forget to do something. This is the one that was thinned, that's the T, and I remembered the F stood for frozen, so this was the frozen and thinned, and I did shake it up a while ago. My airbrush is set for approximately 15 pounds. I'll turn it down if I think that's too much. Yeah, well, let's get our rubber gloves on here and get ourselves going. And don't worry, I'll dub out while I put on the second glove. Okay, I think we're ready to go now finally. I want to remember to turn on my fan this time. Seems to me I forgot once. There's quite a bit in there, and it looks pretty watery from the last time still. And you'll recall me saying it's just as easy to pour back a lot as a little, so this way I don't need to worry about running out. I'm sure that's going to be more than enough. More than enough. Okay, are we ready to go here? Let's just try a little spot here. Seems to be working all right. Okay, let's get our fan on. Well, I think it's going to be okay once it's dry. I don't think I'm going to have to give it a second coat. What I'm going by is the black that was, on the top of the funnel there. It was fairly heavily black, if you know what I mean. And I'm not seeing any glinting on my ladder, which is I'm going to be painting with a brush later anyway. The black. Okay, let's do a color change here and reset up and paint the smaller parts, the 77. Less along the bottom there. How's that look? I think that's okay. Yeah, got some little spots going on there. It's kind of spitting, but at least it's not running anywhere that I can see. Mind you, I know you're a long ways back, but I'm not seeing any running going on, and that's usually what happens with me. Is I tend to put way too much on. Okay, let's just press stop here and carefully put this down. There we go. All right, we'll recompose here. Okay, we are all cleaned up here simply by back flushing. I did not completely disassemble this. In other words, I didn't take the nozzle out and that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure we got it. And we are now going to use the number 77. Looks okay. Oh, maybe one more. These are the small pipettes. They don't hold very much. They're the cheapies. Nigel Frampton made a very interesting comment about pipettes. And I agree with him 100%. These, if they end up in the landfill, do they dissolve? He was indicating that, for the environmental sake, he doesn't use pipettes, and I thought, yeah, I think I mentioned that before. Oh, why won't this go on here? Well, I've got to take it off again anyway to pour back. What's going on here? Is this becoming so grungy that it's not going to thread? Well, I'll worry about it later. Okay, let's get our cap on here, and I think we're all set up. Okay, sorry Nigel, I'm going to just throw this out. I guess I should be more ecological conscious or whatever you call it. Alright, are we ready to go here now? Let's give this a little quick try on our piece of paper. Okay, now for this one I'm going to set up a little bit differently. I'm going to use the rotator. I was just realizing maybe I should have straightened the top rail there before I sprayed it, but I think I can straighten it without chipping the paint off. Okay, we're all cleaned up here now. And I'm guessing about an hour has passed since we sprayed this. We'll let it dry a little more before I take the screw out of the bottom. But I'm noticing that there's something kind of funny going on right here, and I think I may have sprayed it a little bit too heavily and it pooled, and then when it dried it kind of cracked. We'll take a look at that later after it's completely dry. Give everything a chance to, you might say, shrink wrap. Yeah. Poor little piece of pizza here. It got left in the microwave too long again. Now that's not going to affect the taste, but it sure doesn't look very good for the camera, does it? I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.